Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and I'm very excited about what we have here. This is Clown from Spawn the Movie, the Born in Darkness, Sworn to Justice 1997 movie that is very divisive, but I personally think for this movie, it wasn't the best, but it definitely was not the worst. Now, one thing that pretty much everyone agrees is that John Leguizamo absolutely killed it as Violator. So here is the clown figure with snap-on parts that transforms clown into Violator. So this guy's going to be a lot of fun. I can already tell he has a lot of detail going on. Definitely with these extra parts to make him look like he's turning into Violator. So that's pretty cool. Here is the Spawn movie line. I already have Jessica Priest, but I don't actually plan to get any more of these. Probably not, but if you're interested, then let me know if you want me to review any of these other ones, and I might consider that. But we do also have some ads for Kiss, and Monsters, and then some other stuff for Spawn and Total Chaos. You get some information there of the website and phone number that you can explore at the time. You get some instructions on what you can do with the figure, and that's not really a whole lot of other stuff going on, but other than that, I got a shout out to eBay for finding this guy for a good price, and without any further ado, let's open this guy up and see what we got going on. Alright, there we go. Very good. So, I guess before we go into the figure, we should look at this. I did already see this with the Jessica Priest figure, but in case you are curious... Oh my goodness, this is different. So, yeah, so we have Spawn Series 7 and Series 8. I already have some of those guys. Here is Monsters, I think Series 1. Here's Kiss, the Spawn movie figures that we got. And then we have Total Chaos Series 2 and Manga or Manga, however you pronounce that, Spawn down there. And then on the back, we have 1997, the year of Spawn, it says. So it's got a PlayStation game, it's got some art, it's got soundtrack for the movie, you got the HBO series, you got the movie, and you got that. So, yeah, this is actually different. If you wanted to see the one that came with the Jessica Priest figure, you can check that video out. But, yeah, so that's pretty cool. But that is not why we are here. We are here for John Leguizamo Violator. Or technically in this form, he is known as Clown. But for me, he is Violator, even when he's in the clown form. Because let's face it, Clown is kind of a weird name for a supervillain, but Violator, you know. Todd McFarlane got that name from a sign, you know. It's like, come on, man, you know. We gotta have that. So, here we go. So, we will look at this stuff in a little bit, but for right now, we gotta look at this guy here. So, here is John Leguizamo, Violator, in action figure form. And for some comparisons, here he is with Marvel Select Spider-Man. And even though this is a 7-inch scale figure, you can tell that he actually kind of holds up well, because Violator in this form is supposed to be like 3 or 4 feet tall, something like that. So here he is actually compared to a modern Spawn figure, and I'd say the height is actually kind of comparable. So that's actually kind of interesting. I wasn't really expecting that. Now, for something more accurate, here he is compared to Spawn 2 from Series 3, and you can tell that they're actually kind of similar in height. I know that Spawn is crouching there, but that's kind of interesting. And then as far as comparisons to the movie figures, here he is with the other movie figure that I have, Jessica Priest. So, yeah, I don't remember these two ever sharing a scene together, but it looks like that height is accurate. And then as far as what his actual height is, I don't know, but we will find out together. So it looks like he stands at about 5 inches, not including this hair, because this hair is actual hair, so it can move around and that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really count for the height scale. So about 5 inches or about 12.5 centimeters. So this guy's short, but he is supposed to be. So yeah, here he is. And this definitely looks like John Leguizamo Violator. I could definitely see that. Even though John Leguizamo didn't look like John Leguizamo for the movie because he needed like 4 hours worth of makeup in order to look like this, and he had to be like squatted. He had to be like crouched the entire time. Not unlike what Spawn 2 is doing here. He basically had to be squatted the whole time and like moving around like this. So that was how he was able to get that look. But yeah, my goodness, this definitely looks like Violator, both from the comics as well as from the movie. That is really crazy. I really like the detail there with the paintwork as well as the sculpt with his face. Again, this hair is it's definitely seen better days, but this figure's old, and yeah, so it's all good. Then he has this detail. It's got like a smiley face with like a bar over the eyes. That's kind of weird. He has this necklace that has a lock on it. I don't know what that's all about. He does have a striped shirt with this like tan. I think it's supposed to be yellow, but it's like really faded yellow and then black. So it's pretty cool. You see his gut. This guy looks absolutely disgusting in the best way possible, and that's what they were trying to go for. Given his character, it totally makes sense. There's not really a whole lot going on with the back, but you definitely have that silhouette of Violator. Just looking at him from the back like that, you can tell who that's supposed to be. I do really like the color that they have for his pants. I don't know exactly what color that is. It kind of reminds me of like a plum color. I think that's pretty cool. He's got a gray belt with a gold buckle on it, and then with his jacket, you do have these red lines. They're not really for the shoulders. They're just kind of these red lines right here in the shoulder area. And then you also get some details here with like these flames on his sleeves, which makes sense given his character and where he is from. So that's pretty cool. There is a little discoloration, but I don't mind that. And then with his hands, I do notice one thing is in the movie, he actually had a couple rings on his hands, but he doesn't have those in the figure, but that's okay. I don't really mind that. And yeah, so there's that, and I guess really the only other thing to go over with the look for Clown is the stuff that he comes with that allows him to turn to Violator. So here is the head. It definitely, you can tell right off the bat that this is supposed to be Violator. So he does have the M paint, which he doesn't have when he's fully Violator, but when he's transforming, it does kind of remain there. He does have his giant red eyes and his jaw, and it looks like, yeah, it does. It looks like the jaw does actually move. So you can have it like that, which looks really weird, but you can have it really far open or just a little bit open, kind of like how it was in the box. So there's that. The horns don't move, but what you can do is you can just slide this onto his head like so. And there we go. Now he is partially transformed into Violator. And then he also does come with his hands, which look really nasty. Again, in a good way. Given this figure, it makes sense that they're supposed to be looking gross and all of that. So, yeah, there's not really a whole lot going on. I mean, there is some sculpted, like, musculature and vein work and all of that. And what you can do with these is you can just put them over his hands. So, you put the Violator hands over his clown hands. Okay, how exactly am I supposed to do this? Okay, yeah, so it looks like you just kind of go like, okay, maybe this one will be better. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure exactly how this is supposed to work. Maybe it worked a lot better in 1997 than it does now. So maybe it doesn't really work the best now, but you kind of get the idea of what it's supposed to look like. But yeah, I'm gonna take this off because I like him better looking like that anyway. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. Then as far as articulation is concerned, his head does rotate. It does kind of get in the way of the jacket here, but it does rotate. And then his torso, it does rotate as well. So that's pretty cool. So, yep. And then with his arms, they do move all the way around, or at least they can. His spikes on his collar here, they do kind of get in the way of that, but they can rotate. And you do get a swivel at the elbow area. So that's pretty cool. Nothing in the hands, but that's all good. Again, the torso does rotate. And then for the legs, you do get a V cut, like what you got with the Jessica Priest figure, where the legs don't really go up, but they go out like that. So it's the same thing with this guy. I guess they just did that with the movie line. So his legs don't really go forward and backward like this, but they do kind of turn out to the side like that. So you do get that. And yeah, the dude can't really do the splits. Like that's essentially the closest he can get to the splits, but that just looks like he's walking sideways. But yeah. So that is about all we have for Clown. Really simple articulation, but this guy is a short, fat clown, so it makes sense that he wouldn't be able to move around a whole lot. So yeah, there is what we had going on with Clown / Violator that can transform into Violator and be like the halfway. Oh my goodness, oh no. Oh no. Oh well. That was bound to happen at some point, because again, you can tell that this figure is kind of old. But yeah, I'll just glue that on. It's not a big deal. So yeah, there is Violator. Very cool figure. Definitely worth pick up if you are interested in this kind of thing. Just make sure you get it for a good price, because this guy can go for quite a lot. But I think he's cool. And if you like this figure or these reviews or anything like that, then do be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you feel so inclined. Let me know what you think. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you all later. Goodbye.